MLB players drive some of the craziest cars on the street. They wear some of the rarest shoes on their feet, they fly in private jets, and some buy mansions that are so expensive, they literally set world records.
This is my favorite part of the house right here.
There's a lot of stupidly expensive things MLB players own. And first, one MLB player was inspired to make a purchase from the movie Back to the Future. Because once Marty McFly stepped out in Nikes that lit up, laced themselves, and looked like a damn transformer on his feet, these Nike Air Mags became some of the rarest shoes on the planet. So even though they were worth over $20,000 each, MLB player Brian Wilson copped 2 pairs. Then this man was seen scootering with them on and wearing them during actual MLB games.
Oh yeah, those are the Marty McFly Back to the Future shoes.
But $20,000 shoes are literally nothing compared to the other items in this video. There's things worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. But before we get to those, it's not always one MLB player making a stupidly expensive purchase. Cause there's plenty of MLB stars who've been competing to buy the craziest cars. Starting with my boy Johnny, his whip is literally a concert on wheels. Dude's van has over 54 speakers. 54 that bump music. That's gotta be annoying. But only $15,000 is literally the cheapest crazy car an MLB player owns. Ohtani's car was over 10 times more expensive and even had Elon Musk talking about it.
Ohtani really know how to use his battery.
Ohtani bought something so futuristic that it literally has a campfire on the dashboard that blows actual hot air. The car lets him use his actual steering wheel to play Mario Kart, and the seats even have ridiculous sound effects for whenever someone sits down. With black rims and suicide doors, this is Ohtani's matte black Tesla Model X. And once cameras caught him pulling up to an event in it, Elon Musk replied to the video with some hearts and a Japanese flag, all because he was thankful Ohtani copped one of his cars for $100,000. But another player leveled things up when he spent even more money customizing a car than the car itself was worth. Rusney Castillo, who wasn't gonna be in the competition when he had just a plain black Porsche that cost 84 bands. But eventually, he dropped a bag to give it a makeover. The entire car was painted snow white with red and black accents. It got custom rims. It even has his jersey number that lights up on the grille and on the ground when he opens the door. So dude really had an $84,000 car and did so much upgrading that it cost him another $85,000. $169K for a whip is insane. But Aroldis Chapman spent even more on armored vehicles that can survive gunshots. The first whip that Chapman bought looked like it belonged in a GTA heist. It's a Rhino GX, and even though it looks like something he could go to war in, he's still bumping music in it like me.
What do you listen to?
I listen Future, Migos. For Future is my favorite.
But eventually Chapman traded in his SWAT team mobile for something with 6 wheels. Now this armored truck is on another level, and that's why he also got it customized. The inside is all red leather with his nickname on the headrest and steering wheel. There's a spotlight on the roof, a full wrap that's scratch resistant, and the windows can survive gunshots. Chapman's 2 armored vehicles cost him over $200,000. But even those 2 whips combined ain't as crazy as Ronald Acuna's craziest whip that belongs in a jewelry store. Cause not long after posting pics in front of his tennis ball, green Lambo, he put it through a little transformation. Dude went gold, so it never would get old. Acuna got his Urus wrapped in something that I've honestly only seen in jewelry. So no wonder why he can't stop whipping this thing everywhere. And he also posts clips of him riding around with a couple $100,000 shotgun. His gold Lambo is one of the most expensive SUVs in the world, $275,000. But Justin Verlander has a car that's nearly impossible to get. Everything started when dude posted a few pics of his dream car on Instagram and said, "Dear Ford, how do I go about getting on the list for one of these beauties?" Now, usually the words Ford and beauties do not belong in the same sentence. But with only 500 of a certain car ever made, and over 7,000 people applying to buy it, I'm no mathematician, but Justin's lucky he got his hands on this Ford GT.
Here she is, brand new 2017 Ford GT. God, what a car.
So of course the man was hyped when he got the car. And obviously he couldn't stop posting about it since it's the most expensive Ford that was ever made. $450,000 later, that price tag's cool and all, but that's enough about cars worth only hundreds of thousands. Some MLB players buy cars worth $1 million, like Luis Robert Jr.'s whip that glows in the dark. Originally, he had a custom military green Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, until he got it customized to honor his love for anime. With an orangish yellow wrap that includes multiple characters from his favorite show Naruto, this thing isn't only nerdy, it literally glows in the dark. But ain't no way I'd pay $1 million for that. Besides, it ain't even the most expensive car that an MLB player owns. That crown belongs to CJ Wilson, cause he bought one of the fastest cars in the entire world. With over 900 horsepower, the ability to go 0 to 60 faster than you can watch a TikTok, and a feature that literally encourages speeding called race mode. This McLaren P1 is one of the fastest legal cars on the street. But that wasn't enough. CJ also got it customized with gold rims, then had the entire thing wrapped blue, orange, and purple to basically look like a chameleon. So everyone's always filming CJ's whip because of that. And the fact that it cost $2 million. But alright, enough about cars. This is HitFlix, not Fast and Furious.
I said forget about it, cuz.
Besides, there's a ton of other stupidly expensive things MLB players own. But not every expensive thing an MLB player buys is a good thing. Cause what Blake Snell bought got him clowned by fans. Whenever Blake isn't coming in to pitch, he's streaming on Twitch in the most expensive gaming setup any MLB player owns. With custom lighting around the entire room and thousands of dollars in decorations, Mans even has stars on the ceiling as if he's gaming in a Rolls Royce. Yo, who scripted this? I said enough about cars, man. Anyways, in Blake's setup, he also has a sneakerhead's paradise with a bunch of shoes, and it's located right next to his indoor basketball court. He also has a custom PC that has his signature inside of it, his gaming logo, and even a moving portrait of him pitching. But here's where Blake's purchases were about to get him clowned. His PC basically birthed a gaming addiction that allowed him to gain a following on Twitch. This is where he won an MLB The Show tournament between all the best gamers in the league to take home this trophy. And he became so addicted to gaming that his own team was posting pics of him bringing his setup to games. One fan said, "Please get Snell away from gaming, man." Another said, "I sure hope that monitor Snell's carrying is for reviewing his pitches and not playing COD." Someone even had the balls to tag Blake in a comment saying, "Enough with the video games and focus on throwing less than 100 pitches per 5 innings, man." But regardless of what fans thought about his gaming addiction, Blake's entire setup cost him over $40,000. But let's be honest, his stupidly expensive addiction only wins him video games. Ronald Acuna Jr. got something even more expensive and covered in diamonds for winning an iconic award. Now, I ain't talking about the outfit he wore on the red carpet that had him covered from head to toe in diamonds either. Even though I didn't know that was possible, he did something even more stupidly expensive after hitting a bunch of home runs and stealing a bunch of bases. He became the first player in MLB history to have 40 home runs and 70 steals in a single season. So after creating unbreakable records and literally stealing the bag, Acuna was unanimously voted as the National League MVP, and he celebrated by copping himself this. Now this is a bust down if I ever saw one. This golden diamond chain is a massive MVP pennant that's also flooded in white diamonds. So of course he flexed it on Instagram and while receiving the award, cause the chain literally cost him $250,000. $250,000 just for some net game. My girl gives me that for free. But another MLB player spent even more just to copy Donald Trump. See, Mr. President is used to doing whatever he wants, like landing his helicopter in a stadium to throw out the first pitch. And oddly enough, that inspired something expensive that Yasiel Puig was gonna have to do. With Mans living in Los Angeles, he kept showing up to home games at Dodger Stadium late. Now, dude always blamed being late on the traffic, and if you've ever been to LA, you know his excuse is pretty valid. But his team didn't care, they kept finding him, and eventually they punished him by benching his ass. So just to avoid ever getting fined or benched again, Puig dropped a bag on something ridiculous. Mans really copped himself a blue and gray private helicopter and posted pics of him flying around the suburbs of LA. Now, he thought he was in the clear riding this thing around, but it turned out his heli purchase was all for nothing, cause flying out there is literally against the law. His team let him know that federal law prohibits anyone from riding their helicopter to Dodger Stadium. So dude really spent $400,000 for no reason, all cause he wanted to be on time. But speaking of time, the timepieces some MLB stars bought aren't only some of the rarest watches in the world. These 5 are worth millions of dollars. Starting with Christian Yelich, his first watch was something he bought to reward himself. But his plain Jane leathery Rolex Daytona ain't just ugly, it was only worth around $30,000. Leveling up to Bryce Harper, when he pulled up to the Little League World Series, he wore a watch that made more headlines than the game itself. His Rolex Datejust ain't just stainless steel. It's icy with black Roman numeral lettering and is flooded in diamonds. So why wouldn't he flex the diamond watch to his boys? It cost him $43,000. But Aaron Judge's most expensive watch got him put in a club with some of the richest athletes ever. Cause after other star players like Neymar, Haaland, LeBron, AD, and Conor McGregor all dropped a bag on one of the most expensive Rolexes ever, Judge joined them by spending a bag to put himself on the Mount Rushmore of Rolexes. Judge's Daytona Eye of the Tiger has a black band, a yellow gold case, diamonds around the bezel, and a pattern on the face that literally matches a tiger's fur. So it makes sense why Judge wore this while signing the biggest contract of his life. He must have needed some money back after this watch cost him $230,000. But Manny Machado spent even more on a watch from outer space. With a rose gold case, this watch is designed to look like the northern hemisphere with stars and the moon in the face. It even tells you the phases of the moon's orbit, which I don't even know what that means. Regardless, with his watch being out of this world, it's exactly why Manny admitted that it was something he couldn't live without.
My next one is what I got on my wrist right here. This was my dream watch. I had my eye on this for about 6 or 7 years. I just couldn't afford it. It's too expensive. So I told myself one day, there's a moon face on it. It's rose gold, which is one of my favorite colors. With the leather band, keeps it classy. Goes with me everywhere. You know, weddings, anniversaries. It's a special watch, so it comes out on special days. Here's my baby right here.
And I guess he didn't want to admit it on camera, but his baby, Moonface Patek Philippe, cost him $350,000. $350K? There's no way a watch can get more expensive than that. Oh wait, David Ortiz's watch cost more than double all those players' watches combined. Cause when he got a call that let him know he was being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, nobody except him cared about that. All eyes were on his disco ball. That's a Richard Mille that's completely covered in baguette diamonds, winds itself, and has unbreakable glass. It's so rare that only someone as rich as Floyd Mayweather has one just like it. So I guess Ortiz joined the money team when he spent $1.2 million. Over $1 million just to tell the time? Well, Derek Jeter spent over 10 times as much on something that set a world record. Diving into Tampa, Florida, a mansion got built for Jeter that became the most expensive home in the city's history. This place is so massive that you need a drone to even fit the entire thing in the camera. It's sitting on over an acre of land, has one of the biggest pools I've ever seen, and has direct access to the ocean. On the inside of Jeter's paradise, it also has 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a walk-in closet that's bigger than my bedroom. It's even got a ridiculous private gym and a full bar next to his movie theater where he watches HitFlix? What the? Even Jeter's a fan, so why aren't you? Subscribe. Anyways, Jeter's mansion also made headlines by breaking the record for the most expensive house in Tampa history, worth $22 million. And that's why when Tom Brady was playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dude literally crashed at Jeter's. I don't blame him. But hey, at least Jeter is doing something good with his purchase and rented it to my boy. Cause Alex Rodriguez spent millions on something that's destroying the planet. Well, at least that's what some people found out after they dug deep into Alex's travel plans. Just like many superstar athletes, Alex was hopping on a plane of his own. He's got a custom Gulfstream private jet with his name, number, and logo. On the inside, it has iPads, 10 seats, and even a private room for him and J-Lo. But joining the Mile High Club in his custom jet wasn't what was ruining the planet. His plane is known to soar in the sky over 500 miles an hour. And it's been a controversial issue that his plane gives off extreme amounts of harmful toxic gas known as carbon dioxide. In the last 4 years alone, private jets like Alex's have not only given off more harmful gas than every bus in the country combined. Cause Alex has taken hundreds of trips, has registered thousands of tons of harmful gas, and out of every celebrity with their own plane, he was literally 4th on the list of who polluted the country the most. Headlines came out calling Alex and other celebrities full-time climate criminals, cause to many people, they're causing the earth to be destroyed. Regardless though, he spent over $4 million on this, so he's always posting videos in this thing and flying it everywhere.
Thank you, and goodbye. Until next time. See ya.
And I'm sure he's even flying into this video. Cause here's where players bought chains that even rappers are jealous of. One player's chain is made of dead body parts, and there's even a... Bro, you better get out of here. Click the video, hurry, click it.